Hey there, I'm Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things health, wellness, beauty, and anti-aging after age 40. So in today's video, I'm going to share what a week's worth of quick and healthy weeknight meals looks like for our family. So I've shared in some of my other videos that I believe that cooking more of your own food is the better choice if, living a healthier lifestyle or managing your weight or whatever it is, if any of those are your goals. But I'm also a mom of two, a wife, a real estate agent, and weeknights get super busy for me just like I'm sure they do for you as well. So I do not believe in spending a lot of time on making complicated or multi-step or multi-ingredient meals during the busy work week, but I do believe in the importance of making your own food so that you're making healthier choices. I believe in simplifying weeknight meals so that you're using short ingredients list. You're taking very little time. I mean, we're talking, I might take like 25 minutes tops for a weeknight meal, but most nights it looks more like 15 to 20 minutes and about maybe 5, 6, or 7 ingredients. And again, one of the reasons that I do this, aside from the fact that it's healthier for my entire family, but it just helps me to manage my weight and so that I feel my best during the week and I'm not eating super heavy at restaurants, which is what we kind of tend to do when we eat out. And since I'm the self-proclaimed queen of fast and easy but also healthy weeknight meals, I thought it would be fun to do a vlog and just show you guys what a week's worth of weeknight meals looks like that I prepare for my family on a regular basis. So in this video, I'm starting on Sunday night and I'm gonna walk you through what Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night looks like. Again, just those quick and healthy meals. And I'm not gonna go into Friday and Saturday night on this video because Friday and Saturday night, we'll pick one of those nights typically to eat out and we'll, kind of decide where the family wants to go, or maybe every now and then Brandon and I may get an impromptu date night. But we really only eat out one night a week unless there's some sort of a special occasion, and we reserve that for Friday or Saturday night. And then the night of the weekend that we don't eat out, usually Brandon makes something that we consider kind of fun but still homemade food. Like he might make homemade pizza, or he'll do something on the grill. I don't know how to cook on the grill, so that's his job. But so I just wanted to show you in this video what it looks like kind of Sunday to, in my mind, it's like the start to the week. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then again, just kind of know that Friday and Saturday are a little bit funner nights for us. And on Friday and Saturday night, if we do cook something at home, I might reserve that for, like one of those recipes that's multi-step or that takes longer to make or something like that. And I do that on Sunday some as well, but Sunday night is always a healthy meal because I like to start my week feeling really high energy and feeling really good. So one last thing, I always try to follow my own little equation that I made up to, kind of make sure that I'm hitting all of those important macronutrients whenever I'm preparing meals for myself and for my family because they need just as much as I do. And so you'll kind of see that equation in all of these meals, but I want to make sure and point it out to you here so you can kind of watch for it as we're going through the week. So I always start with a protein, some sort of a healthy protein, and a lot of times it's plant-based. It might be like beans or tofu. Sometimes it's chicken. A lot of times it's fish, eggs. We do a lot of those things. So some sort of protein plus veggies, and I like to get at least 2 or 3 servings of veggies in for our dinners, and then some sort of fiber-filled carbohydrates. So again, that is protein, veggies, and a fiber-filled carb. So just kind of watch through each of these meals and make sure that you see what all of those are as I'm telling you what I'm making. And don't forget there's also protein in things like whole grains. So sometimes I do like a whole wheat, flatbread, or I'll do a corn tortilla or whole wheat pasta, something like that. That also does have a little bit of protein. So, remember that it doesn't always have to just look like 4 ounces of chicken or steak in order to be counted as a protein. All right, let's get into it. So on Sunday nights, I usually have a little bit more time because, there's usually not a lot going on Sundays unless I'm showing houses, but I've gone to the grocery store and stocked my fridge, and I usually like to start dinner on Sunday night a little bit earlier because I love an early Sunday night dinner so I can go to bed early and start the week. But I like to make like a soup or something like that on Sunday night that I can have for lunches sometimes it'll last me for lunch on Monday and even sometimes like Tuesday. So tonight I'm making ramen, and I will show you, let's see if I can get it in here. So I'm using This is a ramen recipe that I have, and use these ramen noodles. I know the lighting is not great in here. There's a lot of sun coming in. Coconut milk. You put a little bit of peanut butter in it, soy sauce. I'm using garlic, ginger, and then this is tofu with the skillet on top of it. Why is the skillet on top of it? Because you have to press the liquid out of tofu. This recipe calls for chicken, but I really like to make it with tofu. So I bought extra firm tofu, and then now I'm pressing the liquid out, and I'm gonna put that in there. So I will let you know, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. But I love this has, I think I already mentioned it, but it has a broth in it. I love a broth-based, like a soup or a dish on Sunday night, just because it has so much water in it and just kind of help you to move some of the fluid out of your body if you're holding on to any from poor weekend choices. And also it just feels lighter. To me, anything that's like broth-based or soupy, it just feels like a lighter Sunday night dish. So I will show you what this looks like when I'm finished. So look how good that looks. Trying to get the lighting right. That took me about 45 minutes to make this ramen, and that's a little bit longer than I normally would take. Like, I won't take that long on a weeknight to make dinner, but on a Sunday night I will. And then my weeknight meals, when I'm like in a mad rush, will be usually no more than like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll let you know what those look like starting tomorrow, but this is a typical Sunday night dinner. Okay, it is Monday night. I've got one kid at volleyball practice and the other kid is upstairs doing homework. So I'm trying to just get dinner started. And what I told you guys yesterday is that on weeknights, sorry, I'm getting my baking sheets. Weeknights, I cook a lot faster. I do cook, but it's typically a lot faster because, you know, you're running all over the place, trying to finish up work stuff, kids all over the place. So it never is more than like, I'm gonna say 20 to 25 minutes is usually what my max is. So here's what I'm making tonight. I bought these flatbreads at Whole Foods. It says lavash, but I'm just gonna use them as a flatbread, whole grain. And then I've got a little bit of mozzarella left in this container. It's just like the little tiny balls of mozzarella. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use a store-bought basil pesto. I got this one at Whole Foods, made with extra virgin olive oil. And then I'm gonna use spinach. I forgot to get it out of the fridge, but just fresh spinach. And then I'm gonna cover it all up with grated Parmesan cheese and pop that in the oven. Serve it with a Caesar salad. I may add some cherry tomatoes on top. I haven't decided yet, but I always like to make sure I'm getting at least 2 or 3 different vegetables in dinner. It usually involves greens because they are so easy. So like spinach, arugula, salad greens, you know, tender baby greens, romaine, something like that. And then another colored veggie. So I may also sprinkle a little bit of red onion on this. I'm gonna wing it, but I'll show you what I do. All right, I did end up putting the red onion on mine and Brandon. I just layered the pesto and then the mozzarella balls. See them, they're tiny under there. I did the red onion, the spinach, and then I topped it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I buy everything grated and ready to go, even my onions. I buy it all chopped and ready to go, and then the baby spinach, just like this. And then the girls, I just did the exact same thing, but left the red onion off because they won't want it. And I'm just gonna pop these in like a 420-ish degree oven, 415, 420, for about maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. I'm just gonna watch it and take it out when it's finished bubbling. Also, of course, a little bit of sea salt, don't forget that. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Sipping on this while I wait for the flatbread to bake. All right, 10 minutes later, I just pulled these babies out of the oven. Look how good they look. Oh my gosh, ours is with onions, the girls is without because they will complain, but they will eat the spinach and all of that good stuff. Anyway, total time, this took me about, let's say 20 minutes to prep tops, just to toss everything on there. Probably not even that, probably more like 15, and then 10 minutes in the oven, which of course is completely hands off. And I'm just gonna throw a Caesar salad together on the side, and that is dinner for Monday night. Probably a little dark chocolate for dessert. All right, it is Tuesday night. It's about 5:30 and I'm getting ready to throw some dinner together. Tonight, it's gonna be really super fast. I'm doing this pasta. Pasta is a pantry staple that I always have on hand, and I really like to do whole wheat, but I found this one, which is even a little bit better than whole wheat. It's einkorn wheat, which is higher in protein and fiber. So just to give you an example, for 2 ounces, which is a typical pasta serving, 200 calories, it is 5 grams of fiber and 8 grams of protein. So that's really good. So I'm gonna cook up a pot of this. And then all I'm gonna toss it with is some frozen broccoli. I had like half a bag, so I'm just gonna toss all of that in there. Some English peas, which will add a little bit more protein and fiber. Again, these came from my freezer. Frozen vegetables are staples for me. And then once I toss all of that together, I'm just gonna drizzle it with a little bit of a good extra virgin olive oil and some sea salt and some grated Parmesan cheese. And I probably will also add maybe a few red pepper flakes because I love them and I think it gives it more flavor. But so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 ingredients and it'll be done. So I'll show you when I'm finished. So right now I'm just cooking the pasta and that is cooking for about 12 minutes. And while that is happening, I just did the frozen broccoli and some of the English peas in this little nonstick skillet with a little bit of water. And I added sea salt and garlic powder. And here in just a second, when this is all finished cooking, I'm gonna drain all the water off of it, toss this in here with it, and then toss it with a little bit of the olive oil and the Parmesan cheese and maybe a little bit more spices. All right, and this is it. Everything all mixed up. I've added the Parmesan cheese and the olive oil. You can always add a little bit more cheese. Mine is kind of melted. And then you can let people add cheese, of course, to their individual bowl as well if they want more. And be sure you add plenty of sea salt to this because that's what gives it a lot of its flavor. Also, a squeeze of lemon juice would be good on this as well. I don't have any, but that would really be delicious too. And you could also do other kinds of cheese. Like I really like to do this with goat cheese as well, but Emmy was telling me tonight that she doesn't like goat cheese, although I don't believe her. I think she does and she's eaten it in the past. But anyway, I skipped on the goat cheese today, but that's really good as well. Hey, it's Wednesday night, about 5:30. I am tired. I've been with a sick kid the past 2 days, and so I didn't even blow my hair dry today. But tonight is we're home, but I just didn't want to take a long time on dinner anyway. So here's what I'm making. Remember, protein plus vegetables plus fiber-filled carbohydrates. So for protein tonight, I'm doing tacos. Actually, I'm gonna do a taco for me and Brandon, and then I'm probably gonna do it like tostada style. No, it's not a tostada. It would be a quesadilla style for the girls. But I'm using this as our protein. This is, I think I got these at Whole Foods, maybe. I think it was at Whole Foods. But it's just refried pinto beans with spices and mild green chilies. So I got them in this package, and I've shared with you guys before, I love beans as a plant-based protein. So I'm gonna do these in the tacos, and then again, we're not vegan, just like to do plant-based as much as possible. So I'm gonna add some cheese just on corn tortillas. And then everybody can pick what kind of toppings they want. So I've got some red onion that's already chopped. And I like to buy the shredded coleslaw, which is just shredded cabbage and some carrots. That's good on tacos. And then if anybody wants sour cream. So I will show you when I have it put together. All right, there's my taco with some coleslaw. And then I did a quesadilla for the girls. Hi, it's Thursday. Hallelujah. Tonight I'm just gonna throw together a very quick and easy stir fry. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make it easy. I'm using very minimal ingredients. First, I think I'm gonna do a combo of rice. It's just basmati rice and quinoa because I have a little bit left in this bag, so I'm just gonna mix it and cook that in my Instant Pot. Love it for cooking rice and other grains and lentils and different things like that. Then I'm using, I have frozen shrimp, just a bag of frozen shrimp. It's in the colander over there. It's not in the bag right now, but I buy it frozen. I always try to get wild caught when possible, but I just thought the day of, I've got it in my colander right now, you can see, and just want to make sure with frozen shrimp, I always use frozen fish. I very rarely use fresh fish, but you always want to make sure that you pat it dry really well. That is the secret to making sure that it does well. And then I'm just going to use this stir-fried veggie blend from Whole Foods, but you can probably get something like this at most any grocery store. It just says stir fry blend, broccoli, carrots, green beans, onions, red bell peppers, and mushrooms. So I buy that in the freezer section. I'm just gonna use that bag of that and then toss the shrimp and the frozen veggies with a little bit of this peanut sauce, also from Whole Foods. But again, you can find stuff like this everywhere. So how many ingredients is that? Let's see, the shrimp, the vegetables, the peanut sauce, and then I'm gonna count the rice and the quinoa as just one ingredient because you can use rice if you want to. I'm gonna use a little, so that's 4 ingredients. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of sesame oil in my wok, so I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I am starting with the shrimp. I made sure and patted it all really dry. And I just started with about half a tablespoon of sesame oil, which is great for cooking higher heat. So I'm gonna just stir fry the shrimp. You could do any, if you wanted to do chicken or, tofu or anything else like that, you could. But I'm gonna cook this first, and then I'm gonna take it out of the pan, and I will cook the veggies next. But I'm doing this over high heat, and that's why I love a wok. Well, it's really medium high, but that is why I love a wok, because you can cook at higher heats and see it doesn't splatter everywhere because it's such a big pan. My mom always had a wok and always liked to cook stir fries and things like that, and so I guess it was just like I never even considered not having one, but I use this thing all the time. Look how big it is. There's somebody's vitamins on my countertop. But it's huge. So I'm gonna cook this for probably just 7 or 8 minutes, however long it takes the shrimp to stir fry. I clearly didn't pat it dry that well because I've got some water in my wok, but that's okay. I'm gonna take it out and I'll drain all that out and then add a little bit more of the sesame oil, and then I will add the bag of veggies. All right, so I had taken the cooked shrimp out of the skillet, placed it to the side, put a little bit more sesame oil, and then added the frozen veggies. So now I'm just stir frying those, and they're just about, you don't want to overcook them, especially a stir fry. It's just meant to be, stir fried till it's like tender crisp. So I'm gonna add the shrimp back in. I tried to keep as much water out as I could, but stuff happens. And then I'm just gonna toss it all back together. Ooh, that spoon is hot from the high heat. I had a little bit of sea salt, always. And then I'm gonna lower the temperature so it's not quite as hot. And then I'm gonna add my sauce. And I only had about 1/4 cup of sauce left, so I'm hoping it's gonna make it far enough for me. But let me toss this all together because I'm doing this one-handed, and then I'll show you. All right, so here we go, the finished product. Look, it's got all the veggies and the shrimp. And I added some of the rice and quinoa mix, and then I like to top with a little bit of sliced onion. So Thursday night dinner, that took 10 minutes for the rice and quinoa blend to make, and the rice maker in the Instant Pot. And I was able to do all the other stuff like in that 10 minutes. So there's really not that much prep time either, just to let your shrimp thaw and make sure you've had it dry really well. It's a less than 15-minute dinner. And I love that peanut sauce from Whole Foods. I'm gonna try it next time with maybe some sort of a noodly dish, like a pad thai. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm gonna go eat. And as a reminder, if you guys liked this vlog that I did this week with the easy and healthy weeknight meals, let me know so I'll know to do more vlogs like this. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what a week's worth of healthy but also really simple and quick and easy recipes looks like for weeknights for my family. And be sure to check out these other videos that I think you'll like as well around health, wellness, beauty, and anti-aging after 40. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.